Good morning. How is everybody doing today? This absolutely mental June peeing a rain day. Well, that's what it's like in Argyll. I don't know what it's like for you guys. Anyway, as I detach from what the weather's doing, I wanted to introduce you to Boady. Now, if you've been on my retreats, or we had Boady came to Skye Festival, you'll have met Boady before. Now, I wanted to be able to, they say education and information is power, and I 100% believe that. And, I thought when you're teaching people, I'm very visual, so I thought it'd be really handy to have a little Boady that we can discuss the digestive system, because really, a lot of the healing that we're doing is on these magnificent organs and this magnificent structure. I've got the veggies we're going to be juicing today, but I want to introduce you to Boady first, because I think, because we cannot see this, our internal organs, we just put the food in up here and it then goes down and we forget about it really until it creates a feeling of satisfaction, or it signals the brain, yes, I love that, give me that the good feeling, because ultimately we're all chasing the feeling. And the feelings, there's so much coming out about the microbiome and what's going on in here. And I thought it would be really powerful for me to introduce you to Boady, so that when you're doing your juicing, you have that extra bit of understanding and, thinking about it. Now, this is, I got the wall sheet for this and it was all in Chinese. Of course, I keep forgetting that's going to happen. You order something out of Amazon and Boady falls to bits very easily. But, this is our lung. This is our connection to life. These babies, they just come up and down all day. And as we age and as we degenerate, if we're choosing to put a lot of things into the lung space, and I mean, our lungs are directly connected to grief. We know that all these organs in there are being affected by what we think, feel, see, and do, and of course by what we eat. Now, what happened to me was I got a bacteria that went in here somewhere. I swallowed the clams, and then the infection got into my lungs. So what I'm thinking about, here's that wee hole, is about, see, this is what you get for 30 quid. This is I'm not even going to bother putting that back in because I can't see the hole right now. So when we are putting juice into the body, so you imagine you pour the juice in from here and it goes down through your upper digestive system, which is very, very key as well in terms of health, because this is where you can get an awful lot of your discomfort with your if your digestive system's not working well. So the reflux can happen in here, and blockages can happen, in the esophageal area as it starts to age. And the big issue now is a lot of us are aging way before our time because of the lack of life in the food and the level of stress that we have in the body. Let's keep it simple in our lives. So when you think about when you're putting the fresh juice in, now look this is what I'm going to be juicing today. So I've got lime, got some carrot, brock, sweet potato, and pepper. Let's just take the humble carrot, because a carrot is a superfood. So this carrot, and maybe I should have chosen, that's a wee bit rude looking, isn't it? Let me take the lemon. Now, clearly lemons aren't indigenous to Scotland. And again, if we're living in the perfect world, we'd be looking at what's available in our land, in our country, around about us. But we know we're not living in the perfect world right now. And lemons are awesome and they taste good. And they help to make the veggies taste good. But I'm juicing, I never put fruit in because I enjoy the taste. All these vegetables are pretty sweet. You don't need it. And I just like lemon and ginger and everything. So this lemon, I mean, I don't know where it came from. What can end up happening is you've got something that should be, comes from nature, grows in the trees in Spain and all these beautiful countries. So this Boady totally recognizes this as being part of nature. And this is what we're looking to do, is we're giving the body things that it doesn't have to process, or has the minimum amount of processing when it comes to juicing. But we can't even trust that this isn't covered in wax. Where did it come from? How long's it been off the tree? You know, what soil was the tree in? What country was the tree in? So now you can go down that rabbit hole and then actually think, I'm not even going to bother eating this because I'm so psyched about all the issues around, is it genetically modified? Because we know that thanks to that lunatic Bill Gates, he's absolutely bioengineering a lot of Mother Nature's magic. So that's why supporting a local farmer, a local market is so key. And, you know, where we live in Argyll, I cannot get organic all the time unless I go to Oban. And even then you're like, is it organic? We have to get over the kind of minutiae, because to be honest, you would end up not doing anything. So when the body recognises the potato, it's come from, if this potato has been grown in a nutrient-dense, rich soil full of minerals, where the rain has washed down from the hills into the soil has had things growing in it year after year, permaculture style, it just gets more and more rich. Even the seed of this potato, if I plant it with my DNA on it, this potato knows what to do. The level of intelligence, blow your mind. So this is not, let's imagine this is organic and there's no wax on it. And this carrot, I think you could probably, I don't know whether they come like that naturally. If things are very perfect in size, you're starting to go genetically modified. We need to start being very, very aware of this. Now, if you are on a budget, which a lot of people are, you've got young kids that will eating you out of house and home, you just have to buy what you can get the way you can get it. But remember, it is consumer driven. So we can make an impact by, even if you say, right, well, I'm going to spend £5 in that wee market, or £10 or whatever you can afford. We drive it. So drive the market the way we want to go, which is organic, non-genetically modified. We have to make that choice. So read the labels and buy as much as you can, healthy as possible. Now, what I do is I just fill up the basin, I put apple cider vinegar in, and I just soak everything for sometimes half an hour, 10 minutes at least, sometimes even more. I just fill the basin up, put all the veggies in it and leave it. And then I fill. Now, so what happens here, obviously this is the liver. And, you know, we did a whole month on loving your lymph and your liver. My friend Nicola does the big 6. Please keep doing that. So this is like the drain. You imagine that the plug hole in your shower or your bath, and what's coming down here, the liver's like, okay, what can get through? It's like the police for what can get through down into your intestines, and obviously down into the lower digestive system with the colon and the bowel. Now, what we know can happen is that we can get perforation in these lower organs, and the colon as well. And a lot of people that have had COVID and the other thing, they're finding now the colon's perforated. And the big problem with that is particles, and I'm talking about microscopic nanoparticles, subatomic particles almost, get out of this, which really should be a pretty much closed system. It goes in there and it comes out here. But of course, that's not happening now, and that's why you've got lots of allergies and lots of bacteria and all the different things that can get into the body that really were never designed to be there. And one of the other big things, of course, that gets in here is heavy metals, aluminium, mercury, and God knows what all. And the body cannot break it down. So what fresh juice can do, and what I really want you to take away from Boady. So if I'm drinking fresh juice, what happens is it starts to, obviously it's water in the actual texture, it's fluid. So it goes through really easily, washes through, and it disrupts things because the live enzymes create a cellular contraction. So the liver will it can start to contract, and we can start to release. It moves things through the lower digestive system, and the body can start to cleanse and clear. Because remember, your body is an innate healing system. And this, you just put this in, that'll make it not very much juice, as you know, I'm sure you know if you're a juicer. Put that in, and the body will do the rest. Now, can that cause discomfort? Absolutely. And like I said in the previous videos, if you have major, like diarrhea issues and things, the bowel's not working properly, you need to be careful. Start small, a little bit of juice, and just see how your body copes with it. Your body is super intelligent, as are you, but you're probably disconnected. You'll be listening to what everybody on the internet's saying. What I need somebody to tell me what to do. You don't. You know. And you can just simply go, well, body, is this going to help my health? And you can see my body's going to say yes. And we'll do a little bit more about that in a future video, maybe next week. So the body recognizes all of this Mother Nature's food. It came from the ground, it came from the soil. And that used to be good enough. But remember, the genetically modified, the body doesn't recognize the GM foods. So it's really, really important you avoid them. Avoid them for your kids. If you look at Zen Honeycutt's videos, her kids were all sick because of genetically modified foods. And it's very subtle. So you really highly recommend read the labels. Do not get genetically modified foods. Find a place and, email your local store and send, well, let's get some emails together and we can actually look at science and the links around why we want to avoid these foods. And anybody who's providing a product should want to be providing products that are going to help you and help you to heal. But the other thing I want to talk to you about, Boady, let me show you the back as well, because I think this is another area that we forget about. This is what keeps us up. Our spine. And when you're younger, you totally take that for granted, the health of your spine. You've got the lower in here where all your internal organs are. And then you also have your energies, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus, all coming up there. So the energy that comes in, so yes, we're using the juice. And what can happen with the juice is you'll start to get emotional. I've seen this when people do juice detox. Why? Because there's so much juice going through the body and there's no food. The body starts to dump not just what's been stored in here, emotional wise. Is there grief? Is there betrayal? Is there loss? Is there loneliness? Is there abandonment? And that feeling can come out because it was always stored in there, because the body stores everything. The body holds the past. We know that. So much as we might be looking at this, and this is the big problem, one of the big problems of modern medicine is it really doesn't talk about how the body holds the frequencies of the thoughts and the feelings and the traumas from the past, and how these frequencies affect your internal organs, and the massive part that juice can play in that. When I run my immersion retreats, which I've not done since COVID, actually, just because I couldn't be bothered with all the hassle. But I'm going to be doing them again. And we do a lot of intermittent fasting, but we do a lot of juice as well. Because really, it can be uncomfortable, but it's good to do it in an environment, a supported environment, because you're really going to clean this out. Now, anybody that's got any diagnosis, I bang on about this a lot, basic physics, Newtonian physics, which just basically says if something can go that way, it can go that way. Adapt that to your health. If your health can go downhill, it can go back uphill. Now, somewhere along the line, we started believing the body didn't have the capacity to heal. Now, I know not everybody's going to heal. I've walked the path with a lot of people because we're so out of alignment with health. and balance, that are very difficult to make the changes to get back into alignment. And if this beautiful digestive system gets infested with fungus, with bacteria, and this becomes like a stagnant pond in the summer, and it starts to stink. The heavy metals are in there, they can't be broken down, the fungus comes in, the bacteria start, and it becomes a cesspit for dis-ease. So when you're lots of fresh water through there, clean it, rinse, shower your insides as well as your outsides, your skin, flush the juice, you're giving it your internal lavage, flush the juice through the liver. If you start to feel sick with the juice, it's because your liver's stagnant. That'd be one of the reasons. And that can be on a physical level. It can also be on an emotional level. And we know that a lot of anger gets stored here. Overexpressing anger, like being a rage-filled person or being somebody who doesn't ever communicate clearly. So all of that is affecting this. And then what have you got here? Your heart center. So, oops, my lung just fell off. So there she is there, look. So this powerful magnetic organ that, holds a lot of the hurts from the past, you can't separate this out. It's all one phenomenal system, and this is like a whole aura round about it as well that has the energy of what you're putting out and what you're bringing in. So fresh juice every single day is going to impact on this entire system, and this is going to help you cleanse. Because if you don't prevent disease and you commit enough daily sins against nature, you will experience dis-ease. Now, when the body comes knocking, which it will, eventually, you might be a lot older. I definitely know I was 64 there a couple of weeks ago. And, you're just like, oh, wow. The amount of time this is taking to heal is very unusual for me, is that my age is at the time. I could make a big story up about it, but you get my drift. What you don't want is to be, what I don't want is to be a burden in my family. I want to be able to walk, toilet, do all the things, have fun, jump on and off the boat, run up and down my aunt's stairs. I want to be able to do that for as long as is physically possible. And juicing is a part of this. Now, we've gone through every month, we started off with intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting, you're giving this baby a rest for at least 12 to 16 hours every single night, because through the night, and we know at 3 a.m., this baby starts to get cleansed and healed. We know all this now. So allowing the body to do what it absolutely will do without you while you're sleeping. In they go, clean it all up, clear it, detox it. But of course, if you're eating late at night, eating and drinking late at night, not going to sleep, I mean, I'm still alive and I did that a lot. So it's quite interesting how much punishment you can give this system. But if you really, really want to start healing and repairing, you have to pay attention to the cycles. And this organ has taken a lot of battering emotionally, as has the heart. So as soon as you start putting the juice in, if things start coming out, if you start to feel a bit weepy, start to feel a bit hysterical, start to feel great. I used to be able to just juice and turn everything around in a 5-day juice fast. I don't get it quite as easily as that now. The body feels heavier, and I think that's a lot to do with the energies. But the juice is going to help. So you've got intermittent fasting, you've got breath work. When you breathe, diaphragmatic breathing. I wish the diaphragm was in here. It's like the wee octopus that tucks up here under your ribs and then comes down like this and then back up. And all these organs come in and out, and again, you're assisting this process. 5 minutes breathing, conscious breathing every day. It doesn't need to be a long time. Do it when you wake up in the morning or before you go to sleep. What else did we do? Letting go. So letting go of and tapping, that mindfulness, like taking yourself out of fight or flight. Because again, if you've got this in a knot and you're pouring all that good stuff in and it just comes straight out the other side because your fat profile's not good, you're totally stressed, you're distracted. And this baby is contracted and not allowing the flow of the juice, the flow of the food, the flow of the energy. What else did we do? What did we do last month? My brain's not fully engaged yet. Movement May. And of course we did the bit with liver and lymph we did as well, which is really about keeping this baby really. And if you've been unwell with COVID and taken a lot of meds, etc., you need to love this baby back to life so it can do the job that it needs to do. I'm going to be doing another video on what I saw last week at Bring the Noise and things that we can do to help people that have been damaged over the COVID times. So, and you know, the noise, shh, and we can chant and we can hum. We can do the big six. And that's going to help move everything down. The juice is going to assist the liver, as do coffee enemas. That's a whole other topic. And then movement, even just walking 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes good, that will do the job. It doesn't need to be a big thing. You can do it in your lunch hour. You can do it whenever it works in. Move, whether it's Qigong, I love Qigong, gentle, beautiful, working in this entire auric system, this energy system around the body. We're so programmed in the West to think, cardiovascular, you need to do this, and it needs to almost be suffering. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing better sometimes than going and having a good run and doing something really physical, and you're going, yes, Kaylee dancing, totally love it. So yeah, so thinking now about Boady, your wee Boady, your spine, because we know that you carry the weight on your shoulder, the neck, the head's pretty heavy. And I found when I was really unwell on the beach, I was like, trying to, I bet you feel really sorry for me lying on the beach sick, trying to keep my head up to do my Spanish lessons or whatever I was doing on my phone to try and pass the time. My head felt really heavy, my neck. It's much, much better now. But that's what starts to happen, you see. You start to feel all these joints that when you're younger, you'd never even spend a second thinking about. The shoulders, the hips, the knees. You probably know people that are getting these things replaced. Not necessary if you fully understand how to keep this baby clean. Anyway, I'm ranting on now. So this is what's going in my juice today. Brock, carrot, sweet potato, lime and lemon, why not, and a yellow pepper. And I'm going to go out and get some nettles because I know how powerful they are. I'm going to get some dock leaves as well. Green for the detoxing and for cleansing, because I'm still cleansing. You can still hear it. My body's still working on whatever the hell got into it. So I'm really still in that place of repair, restore. Tonight, we've got inner dance. Myself and Caroline, I've got an inner dance event sold out in the Arlington Baths. So that's amazing. And then what else have we got? We've got the 3-day water fast coming up in September. That's going to be a belter because we are going to be taking the food out of the equation. Bringing up all the past, all the emotions will be coming up going, I need food, I need sugar, I need carbs, I need wine, I need chocolate, whatever it is that you need. And we are going to clean this baby out. It's hardcore. It's for people that are, a relative level of health, because we're going to be breathing, we're going to be doing inner dance, we're going to be letting go, we're going to be doing family constellations. It's 4 days at Barmoloch in that phenomenal, beautiful area of nature. We've got the river there, we've got the forest there, we've got all the plants and all the food, and we are going to go mental cleaning out this beautiful baby and feeling connected and alive as best we possibly can. Anyway, hope you're juicing. Let me know what you're making. Let me see photographs. Let me see if you're getting inspired to get more veggies, raw live veggies into the body, and really give the body the building bricks to repair everything, because that's what the body will do. Through the night, you're sleeping, that's what's going on. Only if you're sleeping, the healing hormones flood in between 10 and 2. All these organs do their due. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Ciao.